Mentioned 1000 Lake, that's a project that we're going to start moving forward with. A lot of eyes lit up from the developers and the people in the room. That's something we'd like to partner with. It's not for sale, but the CRA is looking to partner. So please contact Joan. It's time. We need to move forward with that. And we, again, Perry mentioned we bought that years ago to keep it as part of the arts and part of the vision that we had for the West Side. The Armory Art Center East and our shuffleboard courts, again, Perry had mentioned that was a grant. We do very, very well with grants. Thank you, CRA. Thank you, Emily. Thank you, Chris. They do very well with applying for grants. So that was our grand opening last weekend. If you were able to be there, we did the Day of the Dead event. Huge, huge crowds. It was a great East meets West, cultural diversity. Inside the Art Center are 10 altars that were presented as part of the Day of the Dead. I was happy to do an altar in memory of the Pulse victims. And those altars are still up. It's part of the Armory Art Center art exhibit for the next 2 weeks, so I encourage you to go by and see those. And then we skipped over a little bit of another project. About a year ago, we reached out and we hired a man that I think is just a huge asset to the city of Lake Worth, Jack Borsch. And Jack Borsch came in and retooled our utility department and helped us move forward with the Siemens contract to bring in new lighting. And also a piece we left out was the actual solar fields. We have an old dump on the west side of our community, and we are actually building a solar field with Jack's direction and the Siemens help. And the first piece of it, we'll have a grand opening probably mid-December, Jack?
January.
Okay, January. And the first piece of that will be more than FP&L has in their whole repertoire. So we're looking forward to that. It will feed solar back into our grid. It's a huge, huge success for the city of Lake Worth. And you had heard me mention that retail strategies came through me traveling to the National League of Cities event and bringing in a partner, Retail Strategies. We did the same thing with Siemens. We found Siemens at the National League of Cities. And the reason I emphasize that, because about 2 years ago, the Palm Beach Post, and Kevin's here today, and thank you for being here, Kevin, and it was well before Kevin, so I won't pick on him. But the Palm Beach Post did an article about myself, the Vice Mayor Maxwell, and Mayor Pam Triolo traveling. How dare you spend taxpayers' dollars to travel to Tallahassee, to Washington, to the National League of Cities, to the Florida League of Cities, to the Palm Beach County League of Cities. And we do that for you. We do that for the residents. And by doing that, we've gotten grants, we've gotten retail strategies, we've gotten Siemens, we've brought back CDGB funds. Community block grants is huge to the city of Lake Worth. You heard the mayor talk about it. And you know, I sit on the policy and advocacy board for the National League of Cities, and we fought to keep the CDGB funds because some of these larger cities, it doesn't mean much to them. But $250,000 means a lot to the city of Lake Worth. So through these partnerships and through the travel, we were able to bring back some of these people. So I gotta put my glasses back on. So specializing in retail recruitment and focusing on the identification of companies to fill the product and service gaps within the city of Lake Worth and the trade area, Retail Strategies was hired by the CRA to bring new retail development to the district in 2014. Clay will share with you national retail trends, comparisons to the county on price points, and where we are with the price points and our compatibility. The research abilities and retail strategies, the overview of Lake Worth demographics, and more in-depth look of Lake Worth customer trade. And I encourage you to reach out and talk to the partners, and we're actually going to do a question and answer after play speech. So don't go anywhere, and those questions can be on any topics, not just retail strategies. So at this point, from Retail Strategies, please welcome Clay.
Thank you so much for the introduction. I really appreciate everyone joining us tonight, taking time out of your busy day to hear what we have to say and hear what we're doing in Lake Worth. You know, hear words like potential and initiatives that are going on in Lake Worth. You know, what we're here to do is to tell that story. We're telling that story to the national retailers that we're talking to. So, you know, I'm very excited to be here, very excited about what's happening in Lake Worth, and looking to capitalize on that. I've met a number of you here tonight, whether you're developers, brokers, local property owners. I'd like to talk to everybody. Already made conversations and connections that are going to help us move forward with this partnership. So, really looking forward to talking to everyone tonight and answer your questions. So, I'm going to jump into it. So why does a municipality hire a retail consultant? We want to create jobs, we want to attract the desired businesses, improve quality of life for citizens, and increase tax revenue. Retail's impact, 25% of jobs in the United States are retail jobs. The big knock on retail jobs is they're low paying. Well, if you look at full-time equivalent jobs, they actually pay more than the typical job, $38,000 to be. You look at the tax revenue that a retailer can bring. Traditionally, cities have hired consultants to recruit industry, and industry can chip away at large chunks of jobs. But if you look at your average QSR restaurant, they average 15 jobs per location. So you get a few wins like that in your back pocket, you look at some significant job increase. So what are the challenges for retailers? Obviously everyone in here probably has an Amazon Prime account. I know I do. E-commerce is on the rise, and it's only going to trend that direction. Millennials are the target age group. For the first time in history, millennials have more buying power than every other spending group. So retailers are having to tool their pitch and create new ways to bring millennials that prefer to shop online into their stores. A recent poll, interesting that over half of millennials would rather give up their sense of smell than their technology. Myself being one, I can attest to that. You think about your smartphone, and probably everybody in here has a smartphone. You just look at a simple device like a smartphone, the things that you would typically buy in a retail store that have been replaced by the iPhone, a phone, a fax machine, you can watch TV, radio, alarm clock, all those things you would traditionally buy in a brick and mortar store, you now have just on your iPhone, not to mention all the other things you purchase on Amazon. So retailers are really having to get smart and retool. And the buzzword you're going to hear is omnichannel, and essentially that's retailers' way to combat e-commerce. So omni-channeling is, you think of stores like Home Depot, Walmart, they have an online presence. And what that does is it allows consumers to purchase online. Maybe they'll offer free shipping to their store. But the retailers know that if they get you in their store to pick the goods up and return it, you're going to likely purchase something in there. So that's how they're attracting retailers into their stores. But most consumers, actually 78%, would prefer to buy in brick and mortar locations. We like to touch, we like to feel, we like the experience of being in a store. It's not just about convenience. You think of things like food and groceries, those are things we'll never buy online. So retail is not going away, certainly. So a little bit about our company. We're based in Birmingham, Alabama. Work with cities all across the country. Like I said, we're partnership with the Lake Worth CRA to recruit new businesses into the CRA and specifically along the DC Highway. Myself, Clay Craft, I also have Derek Castles in the room with us. He works on the team that's directly related to Lake Worth. We have an executive team, marketing team, research and account. We have over 100 years worth of retail, real estate experience. We've got brokers in our office that work in Birmingham that we can rely on. We are not a brokerage firm, we're consultants, so it's a great opportunity to make those connections with the local brokers, property owners, because without local partnerships, we can't do our job. So it's really key, and I look forward to meeting with you guys tonight. But our process, you can kind of think of it like a funnel. We start out with a market analysis. We dig into the demographics, see what's on the ground. We come up with a strategic plan. We actually put that plan into motion. We target a list of retailers that we think should be in the market, and I'll kind of go over how we come up with those retailers. We go to trade shows, we phone calls, emails, we're talking to retailers every day, telling that unique story that Lake Worth has to have. Maybe retailers have glossed over Lake Worth for years and years. They just dismiss it based on demographics or things such as that. We can tell the story, tell them about the initiatives to bring them into the community. So Tetrad is our data partner. The items on the left are the research components we use to keep up to date with the retailer trends. This is where our data comes from. So we have access to about 9,700 retailer contact and site-specific information. Frozen. Batteries.